So, were you aware of the aftercare that you needed to provide for this pet?
All they said was just make sure, clean it and let them chill.
How often were you supposed to clean it?
They said I spray it with iodine.
How often?
They never specified a time.
Okay.
But I tried to clean it as much as... I have an iodine bottle that he grabbed a hold of and busted a hole in it. Okay. But I have it somewhere. It's inside.
Okay. And in the course of the approximate 3 weeks that the pet has been post-op, right? How often have you cleaned the wound?
The wound?
Yes.
They said, well, I have to undress it. And they said as long as it didn't have... They said just bring him back in. I took the liberty of taking it off and redressing it about halfway through because I knew it was getting... I didn't like the way it looked and it was falling off. So I redressed it. And it didn't look like that until he started chewing on it.
So to your knowledge, how often were you supposed to be taking that off? Just to your knowledge.
I wasn't supposed to take it off.
Not at all.
No.
But you were supposed to keep it clean?
I don't know how... They said to keep it clean, but I don't know how you would do clean without taking it off. So the only thing I could really clean was if he got a wound on it, I would spray it down.
Did you notify the vet clinic to the conditions that the dog was going to be kept in, an outdoor kennel and...
Outdoor kennel and a 4x4.
How often do you clean out that kennel?
I tried it at 2 to 3 days.
Okay, and when do you think was the last time you cleaned out that kennel?
3 and change.
3 and some change, okay. And both legs were operated on, correct? And to your knowledge, that was how long ago?
About a month and change.
So longer than 3 weeks. So it's been over a month. Okay. Said you redressed the...
I redressed both legs, and then they took the left leg off, and they were gonna let the right one because it was more of a severe cut.
When would you say you redressed the one that is still on there, on the right leg?
Probably about that. Probably about the same time we took the other one off.
How long ago were you at the vet last?
I don't know an exact date. But
just if you were to give an approximate date.
Say about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
My question to you is, have you owned pets like growing up throughout your entire life?
I mean, I've owned them, but this is the first of mine.
First of yours. Okay. But I mean, I would say it's pretty common standard. Like I own pets, right? There's someone else who owns pets. I love my pet. Basically part of my family, right? But I take care of her as if she was my own child almost, even though she's an animal. I don't let my pet live in squalor, feces. My pet had surgery. Took care of her, made sure she was fed, didn't put her in her crate when she was pissing her shit, you know what I mean? You at least understand why we're here, why we're at this point, how we've reached this kind of...
Like I don't, Mr. Officer, I just bought that pressure washer last night.
I gotcha.
And I was coming out here this morning to blow it out, and I can show you the scrubber that I bought. Come out here and scrub it.
I understand. Let me just ask you a question. The condition that the dog is in, can you honestly tell me that you feel that is a sufficient condition for a dog that's post-op?
They said it was fine for him to be in.
I'm asking you your opinion. By looking at that kennel and looking at the condition that the dog is in right now, do you think...
Right now, no. But I was coming out here to clean it, and
do you think it is sufficient to clean up after your pet every 3 days post-op and not maintain a sanitary and a condition for the pet to be in? No. Now, if you went over to your friend's house and you saw something like this, you might think, right? What would you think if you saw your friend's dog look just like this in the condition it's in? Do you think it was maintained? So, but I think we can all agree, right, that the condition that the pet's in post-op is the situation. The condition that the dog's in, regardless if the dog hadn't had an operation, is insufficient. But not to mention now the dog has an open wound on its leg, correct? Even if it's covered, the dog's done chewed the bandage halfway down the leg and the suture site's exposed. So it's not clean. And this has been going on, and like you said, it's been a month and some change. And you've been only cleaning the kennel every 3 days, and that's just what you're telling me. And so it's not being kept in a sanitary, and I'm pretty sure that the vet clinic is assuming, right, regardless of whatever, it's not picturing that you're keeping it in. Yeah, they're picturing something a little bit more sanitary where you're cleaning it on a more regular basis. But this is not... And I mean, I think you've acknowledged at this point that it's not a sanitary condition for a dog post-op to be in, correct? And like he had mentioned,
if that's what I have to do, I'll go today and get a kennel and bring it inside. Actually, I'll open an emergency case. And I'll call somebody and I'll get it taken off, and I'll go down there and I'll get a kennel today.
All right, at this point, sir, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and detain you. So I'm gonna have you stand up for me, okay? Thank you very much.
Palms together.
Thank you. Thank you.